What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Love and Marriage Detroit. Y'all, how did we already get to the season finale? Why did we take a break? I'm so confused with what all has going on, but we're going to talk about it, okay? So, this is episode 10 of season 2. The episode is titled Pressure Makes Diamonds. Y'all know what? I'm not even about to go scene by scene. I'm just going to give y'all my thoughts on each couple because it's not really giving much, first of all. Here's the thing. We have Keita and Bravo, right? For me, I feel like they're trying to give some type of storyline, which is her being so worried about him working late and being out in these streets that she wants to share locations with him. However, he's not interested in sharing locations. Honestly, when it comes to this couple, I feel like they can remain as friends of the show. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. I feel like Keita is very laid back. She's very chill. I thought that what we were going to get from her was basically an ally for Christina to have. Because from what we've seen, it seems like her and Christina are cooler than her and the other girls. So I'm like, okay, cool. So now, Christina's going to have an ally because LaToya and Kobe are locked in. But no, that's not really what we got from her. I feel like she's very mellow, and it's cool if y'all want to bring her on like group trips and stuff, but I think that she lives a very calm, peaceful life, and we need to leave her doing that. Bravo. I love that you were able to revamp your lounge or bar, club, whatever it is. I think that's great for you. I love that you are a black man who has, probably started out in nightlife as a promoter and now he is owning different clubs and all this. I love that for you. He don't really bring much to the table either, if we want to be honest. Like, yes, he is good to be a sounding board for Brandon. And I will say that, to me, Bravo plays very neutral. He's like, if Brandon is right, he'll tell Anthony, like, yo, Brandon was right in this situation, and vice versa. However, Anthony, his obsession with everybody needing to make sure that Brandon is called out is giving so weird to me. And I'm not understanding why Anthony does not like Bravo, because I don't see Bravo doing anything that requires the hate that Anthony gives. Because when he called them being D-Riders, I said, okay, this is pushing it too far. But you know what? LaToya and Anthony, they love to call people some trifling stuff. They love to demean people, and I cannot stand it. The next couple that I want to talk about is Kim and her husband. What is that man's name? It doesn't even matter. Honestly, Kim can go too. I know that Detroit ain't giving like that already, but I feel like everybody on this show is low-key flip-flopping. Like, 1 minute in Christina's face, they cool with her, then they flip on her. Kimberly does that, and I don't like it. Like, Kimberly, we just saw you talk about how, throwing this baby shower for Kobe or baby sprinkle, it brought back memories of when I threw Christina a baby shower and y'all over there kicking it and cackling. However, whenever somebody has an issue with Christina, here you go chiming in. If y'all are cool right now, baby, play neutral all the way. I want you to play neutral so bad that you scoot all the way to the back and don't jump in. Because I didn't like the way you were trying to tell Christina that she needed to jump in that argument that happened at the end of the episode, which I'm going to talk about in its entirety. So, moving on from, Kim, I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't really bring anything. The only thing that we saw her do as far as, like, handling her business was that one time we saw her have, like, a group meeting with her team. And I just need for us to, if we're going to keep her on the show, we need to see more into her life. I don't need her husband out here throwing rose petals on the bed. I don't need that. We need something else. It's got to give more. This brings me to Kobe and Russell. Y'all, I don't think that this marriage is going to last. I really don't. Because the way that they communicate with each other, they are always on two different pages every single time. Like, we literally see Russell talking about how he's going to give, was it the military, like 20 more years or something like that? Like, this man, he has all these plans for his future and his work and his career. And it doesn't really involve Kobe. It doesn't. But I feel like he's in a space of, I have to go out here, I gotta make this money. You know what I'm saying? We live a certain lifestyle, and it's your job as a wife to take care of the household. I feel like he has a very old school way of thinking. And Kobe, you don't help that situation. And what I mean by this is, yes, Kobe, you do your social media stuff, and it's great that you are doing brand deals and partnerships, and it is bringing some money into the house. However, the fact that you complain about every little thing is really not helping the situation. It's really not. Because in a lot of other relationships, the wife has to work as well. You can have all your little brand partnerships or whatever, but I'm still going to need you to have your 9 to 5. And I feel like that man does not view you as a person that is pulling any weight, because you look like you're whining and you need so much help when all you do is social media. And I get it. It is a job. A lot of people, they don't look at it as a job. But the way Kobe whines about everything, it's kind of like, what do you want from him? Okay? Do you want him to be fully supportive and at your side 24/7? Or do you want him to go out there and go make this money? Because he pretty much retired you. And I feel like that's the part that she fails to realize. That man retired you, which means technically you don't even have to make money. It's giving all your brand deals and partnerships is your fun money. That's your play money. You know what I'm saying? And he takes care of everything else financially for the household. Now, don't get me wrong. Russell has a lot going on. Okay? That man, I can't remember what his regular day job is. I can't remember what that is, but I know he runs the gym, and then he also does his military stuff. Like, that is a lot for one person to have to do, first of all. Like, it kind of makes me wonder, like, are y'all living above y'all means? Like, sir, why are you even working so hard? Like, what is going on here? And now he doesn't even know how he's going to divide his time between the daughter that they have and the child they have coming, right? And it's like, sir, I think you may have to make a decision on leaving one of those jobs that you have for a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? Or you have to take on less if you want to spend more time at home. Be so for real about yourself. But it's given you probably don't want to spend more time at home, because all you're going to get is Kobe bothering you and asking you for stuff. No, I'm just playing. But here's the thing when it comes to Kobe, y'all. I feel like every time we see Kobe in a scene this season, she has been complaining about stuff. She was upset that she was pregnant. She was upset that she was having a girl. She's upset that he won't help potty train this little girl. Hell, I'm just shocked that she wants this man to be so involved with potty training. I feel like most moms, they kind of got that on lock, okay? But whatever. I've already expressed that in my review of that episode. But then we get to the whole, I have to have an au pair because, you know, I can't take care of these kids by myself. I have a lot going on. Like, it's just like, you are very needy. And I feel like since she already knows that she really don't want these kids, she is going to go ahead and milk this and be like, listen, if I got to have all these kids, then you going to have to, you know, do something. So that's how we got this au pair that's supposed to be coming in. And here's my thing. I'm all for her having help with her children, absolutely. But also something about Kobe's energy gives me that she does not have a solid support system. Like, girl, where your mama at? Like, where your sisters, your cousins? Like, something about Kobe and the way she responds to things and the way she acts a little bratty, it's giving you either an only child or you don't have a good relationship with people. But I digress. We're going to move on to LaToya and Anthony. Honestly, they gave us nothing this season. Like, the only thing we got was the fact that Latoya keeps complaining to anybody who will listen that she don't spend enough time with her kids. And it's like, okay, well, if you don't spend enough time with them, then maybe you need to lessen the hours that you work. How about that? Or maybe, how about this? How about you stop being so hard on your kids? How about that? Let's start there. You can really start small. Because, I mean, you got mad at your daughter because she wanted to pack a Barbie doll or a little baby doll. Like, girl, relax. A lot of times kids will pack a bag and it's a bunch of stuff that they don't need. Okay, it is your job as a parent to be like, hey, do we really need all of this? But the way she came at that little girl about packing a baby doll, I said, baby, Latoya, you as a mom, no thank you. Latoya is another one who gives me that she don't want all these kids. Now, when it comes to Latoya and Anthony as a couple, one thing that I can say is that they definitely ride for each other, okay? They ride for each other even when the person can be loud and wrong, okay? Now, the last couple, of course, is Brandon and Christina. Honestly, I'm glad that they're working it out. I do like the way that he pushes her when it comes to her music. Like, I can honestly say that seeing Brandon work with Christina has made me realize that, you know what? Yes, we may not know of any big stars that have come through Star Factory, but it does sound like Brandon knows what he's talking about when he's, you know, coaching people on making music and their performance. Okay? I will say that. I did kind of like the fact that he signed her up to perform at Bravo's Club, because had he not pushed her to do that, I feel like Christina the type of person that would never do it. Okay? She would, you know, sing her little ditty around the house, pretend she practicing, and never put anything out because she's scared. She's very scared of what the outcome is going to be, and I like that he pushes her. Like that kind of made me understand their dynamic a little bit better. Now, we got to get to Christina's performance. Okay, so everybody comes to this performance, including Chelsea, because Chelsea is the what? The brand manager, okay? And Christina, she goes up there, she sings her song, and honestly, the song is not a bad song. It makes me wonder who wrote it. Like, did she actually write the song? Because I know she mentioned that it's about her marriage. Yeah, the song is not a bad song, okay? I'm not sure if they released it or not. Everybody says that she has a beautiful voice, all these things. Great. However, things took a left turn once the lady sat down. The lady sat down, and basically, you have Latoya and Kobe over there looking like they are over it. They are ready to go because Chelsea is in the room. Okay, Chelsea is like bigging up Christina, like, you know, we all knew that she could sing. You know, this is big for her. We would have feedback. Like, you know, really operating in the space of being a brand manager at the time. Okay, and then we get to the point of like, what's the elephant in the room? Oh, okay, the elephant in the room is, you showed up to my husband's podcast and you shouldn't have been there because you came in there acting like a bird. A bird, a bird, a bird. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, but what is up with Latoya and Anthony always trying to demean people? Because you have Anthony calling the men D-writers, and then you have Latoya who's consistently calling this girl ghetto and calling her a bird. I'm like, y'all two want to sit up here and promote black excellence and how you guys are so great in the city of Detroit, but the same people that you talk about are the ones that you want to support you. You want ghetto people to support you. You want the birds to support you, because at the end of the day, that will help your business thrive. Am I tripping? No. You talk about you want to help the community. Well, what do your community look like? Is your community only walking around with them fur coats on like Kimberly? Or are you trying to help people in the inner cities? Are you trying to help people who are less fortunate? Who are you trying to help? Who are you trying to support, since y'all want to sit up here and act like y'all are so above everybody else? And then, as we have Latoya and Chelsea going back and forth, Chelsea's whole point is, yes, I actually acted in an unprofessional manner. However, you're not going to sit up here and say that I was acting ghetto and I'm acting like a bird and all these other things. Then here comes Kobe chiming in. I said, Kobe, what you got to do is stop jumping in for LaToya. We have seen it happen every single time. Anytime LaToya gets into it with Christina, here comes Kobe. And it's like, Kobe, scoot back, baby, because you weren't there either. The same way LaToya wasn't there, you weren't there. So really, this conversation, it doesn't even involve both of y'all. However, I get it, LaToya, you go ride for your man. So at this point, it's getting heated, right? You have Kobe saying, oh, you just became a brand manager. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't know what that girl's skill set is. Let me tell you something. There are so many people who are so extremely talented and they have never gotten the opportunity to actually shine in what they are capable of. So for you to sit up there and be like, you don't know what you're doing, you're not a brand manager, you don't know that girl capabilities, okay? You don't know that. Now, here's the thing. What annoyed me was Kimberly chiming into Christina to say, you need to handle this. You need to jump in. And baby, I'm with Christina. What am I jumping in for? First of all, the conversation is between LaToya and Chelsea. Kobe is the one who needs to scoot back. So I don't understand why you're even coming at me, Kim. But again, what Kimberly likes to do is, because what I've noticed is in scenes where it's just her and Christina, she act like everything good, everything cool. She's the main person who said that she was cool with Chelsea. Now, she said this when the other girls weren't around. But whenever LaToya and Kobe come around, Kim wants to act like she's a puppet. You know what I'm saying? She is a lapdog for them. And I get it. You want to be down with the crew that's the most popular. I get it. But here's the thing. At the same time, it ain't benefiting you none. Like, you came into this show hating on Christina, and you aligned yourself with them because at the time, they weren't rocking with Christina. And your reasoning to this day is still stupid. So, I don't need for you to chime in on this situation at all. Now, Christina is a little confused when it comes to Kobe because she thought that they moved on. Why are you, like, doing all of this? And here's the thing. Anytime anybody got something to say about Christina, Kobe's going to chime in. Even though Christina is the same girl that threw you this whole little baby sprinkle. With your girls, Kimberly and especially LaToya, they didn't think to do that. That was not on their agenda. That was not their plan to do that for you. But the same girl who you don't really rock with, she thought about you. Like, rethink your friendship, girl. Rethink your friends. So, how do we end this? Kobe's out here raising her voice, getting all loud. So then Russell, he comes in and he wants to shut all this down because this conversation shouldn't be happening with a pregnant woman. Well, I'm sorry, your pregnant wife involved herself in this situation. That was all her, baby. And like, honestly, I don't feel bad. I can never feel bad when people, they involve themselves in things that they have no business in. And because you're pregnant, we're supposed to take it lightly on you. No. Let's not act like Chelsea just started lashing out at Kobe and cursing her out. And it's like, why would you do that to a pregnant girl? No, the pregnant girl should have involved herself in this situation. Like, are we all missing the plot here? Wild. But y'all, that was pretty much the episode. I honestly don't know how they can fix this when it comes to Love and Marriage Detroit. They're supposed to have a reunion. I'm hoping that it's only one episode because there's no way you can tell me it's going to be two. Like, there's just no possible way. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Yeah. I'll talk to y'all in my next review. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.